Brian Hooper, welcome to Lolz. How are we doing tonight?
Fantastic. You got a Tesla? What's this chat?
No, this is an individual who has like 19 different YouTube accounts, and he tries to see how close he can fly to the sun in my comment section, and sometimes he gets blocked, and sometimes I let him hang out. So we'll see. He's on thin ice to start every single show. So that's the deal. Anytime you see the Tesla reference, you know you're on thin ice here. GM Sean, Drico thinks we're giving out the answers to the showdown test. I mean, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday at 8 p.m. I promise you, Brian hasn't looked at this slate, and I probably should have looked at it, but I have not looked at it either.
No, haven't looked at it at all.
How was your week? What was it? Week 3?
Not good. You?
Mine was good. It was one of my better weeks ever. I finished 5th in the double spy. I finished top 30 in the other spy, and then our tilt space lineups did well too. I think we finished 2nd in the juke, so it was a good week for me.
Nice. What's the double spy? Is that 200? What that means?
Yeah, I think it was like 200, and it was maybe 700 or 800 entries.
So what's 5th place there? Like $6,000?
I believe it wasn't even that good. It was like 3,000.
Really, for 5th, huh?
Yeah.
First was 100 or 50?
I think first is only 10,000.
Okay.
Or maybe it was 20. I need to look. I can pull it up.
No, okay. I figured it was 50 to first, so that makes more sense.
I mean, if it was, now I'm curious. I was just so locked into. I think I had my ceiling was capped, so I wasn't even kind of salivating over what the top prize was. But I'll pull it up here. The double spy, I got 5th for 3,000, and the first place went to Cheese is Good for 30,000. So it was 30, 15, 10, 5, 3.
It's okay.
Not a great payout stretcher.
No, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. I had 4th place. I was right there, but that Cooper Cup, I was going against a guy there who got that Cooper Cup, had a few plays at the end, and he jumped me. So just one of those classic little $2,000 swings on one Cooper Cup catch, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, you really need those to go the other way. And you have no control over that stuff. Just top 10 and pray.
I had a few people mad at me in the comment section of my video. So the title of my recap was, 5th in the double spy, week 4 GPP review. And then I put Josh Allen on the thumbnail. And then I just wrote the word bink on it. And people were mad that I said bink and I didn't win a tournament, that I said bink for having finished 5th. And so I want to apologize to everyone who I clickbaited, who I baited into commenting, who felt deceived by my thumbnail. Brian, do I owe these guys an apology?
It worked, I guess. Yeah, bink does mean win.
It does.
It means fixed, yeah.
Okay, so you're one of the commenters incarnate right here.
I was like this idiot who makes multiple accounts and
yeah. There we go. Zach, this is actually a different meaning. So bonk is when someone's getting horny on main and you bonk them over the head. That's what we mean when we say bonk. And a bink is a win, or in my case, a 5th place finish in the double spy.
Yeah. Yeah. Bonk means like tap somebody on the head.
Yeah. This is my thought too, with like, honestly, how I feel about it I'm going to guess, I know, Brian, you're trying to get first in all these, but it's very hard to make money in tournaments in general. And I am going to have way more losing weeks. So when I finish top 10, to me, that is a victory on that slate. Like, that's my goal, to finish top 10. We always talk about it. That's where you want to be. And then luck is what determines if you get first once you're there in that top 10. So I feel like I won getting my shot on goal. I didn't get into the upper net there for the super clean finish, but in my universe, I binked, Brian.
Okay. If you want to write new definitions for words. It's up to you, pal.
Wow. I can't believe you're my comment section. I'm now hosting a show with my comment section.
I mean, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I do agree with you, though. Yeah, like I think even breaking even, if you just play big GPPs and you break even, that's a pretty good week.
Yeah. How do you think about that too? Because sometimes it's like, I say, oh, you want to be either finishing first or last. And then sometimes you do have a contrarian tournament lineup that min cashes or whatever. That doesn't necessarily mean you are building a safe lineup, right? I mean, like, I guess it's just a weird how you think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think of like breaking even if you just play big, large field GPPs, pretty much the same way you just explained it, where you probably had a shot. Like if you break even, you probably had a shot in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Top 10's the easiest one, obviously. If you finish top 10, like, one or two random acts of the DFS gods, and you bink it.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other new developments for you as far as your process or things you're noticing from the field through 3 weeks?
No, I saw Naheem Hines score a touchdown at the beginning of the day and brought back some memories. Like, oh yeah, our guy. The Bears are disgrace. Red zone's still pretty sweet.
Yeah. Wait, are you saying you're human? You're actually sweating and enjoying some red zone action here?
Red zone's different.
It is.
I'm not watching the full games. So I mean, I still get joy and entertainment from it. I just have to be gambling on it and then watching it a specific way. Or I just don't watch it all, and I'll sweat on my phone though.
Yeah. Yeah, I even feel like in years past, like once Red Zone started, I was just camped out for the whole afternoon. I'd even watch Sunday Night Football. And now I'm like, I barely watch the island games. Like I still love doing the research for the slate, love running the sims, love making my lineups, and then letting the chips fall. But unless I have a sick sweat, I just haven't been watching island games. Like I can't do the commercials. And I think I've just learned I don't love football enough to just sit through those games.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, I mean, in most sports, honestly.
Yeah.
I haven't watched baseball in years. And NBA, same thing. I haven't watched a game in years.
I've legit not been watching hardly any television. My wife has because I do all these shows at night, she's watched so many shows and series now without me. She'll just be like casually like, oh yeah, I just finally got to watching Game of Thrones. I mean, wait, what? You watched the entirety of Game of Thrones? Like she did that all last football season. I was like, God damn, I'm doing too many shows if you were able to finish Game of Thrones on your own.
What did she think?
She enjoyed it. Yeah.
Even the last season?
I think she was a little disappointed, but I think she still enjoyed it. And I think she also, when I heard her have conversations about it with other people, because she was able to binge it all straight through, I think it was like a little more fulfilling than the people who got their hopes up and then were watching it piecemeal week by week.
I can see that. Yeah. Or just people who read all the books and got deep in it.
Yeah. And my other thing as Lou attests to here, Brian, even in the past week since we last talked, I've gone further down the NFT flipping rabbit hole.
Okay. Go on.
So, in the Deposit Kingdom Discord, there's the Club NFT channel. They recently launched their token. So it is now a gated channel. Man's coin owners, certain people were able to get early access. It's already capped out. These guys are absolutely insane. They're minting 3 to 4 projects a day. And I've been just blindly tailing these guys on their mints. And I found that it is insanely addicting. And then it also takes up a lot of your time because one, you get sucked in. So you're up late, but then also there's maintenance, you mint these, you got to list them. You got to be checking the rarities. You got to delist them if they're running all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm struggling to get all the things done that I need to get done because I've become an NFT bro.
So 2 things. One, when you mint, you got to pay gas fees, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's also another thing. I'm always like, I don't want to fuck. But and then the second thing, we said this Top Shot days, January or whatever. I would love to buy into a mutual fund, an index or whatever. Someone just handles, even with our Top Shots. Like Pete and I have some Top Shots we share and that we both bought into. Like I would just like, here, take my whole portfolio. I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? Like if it was like someone, obviously we trusted and knew what they were doing or whatever, but I would totally be down to invest in a NFT fund.
Yeah. Well, one thing is some of the guys in the channel, they were actually having this conversation the other day where friends asked them that and they're like, hey, like I'm happy to, give you a round of funding. Essentially, the problem is these guys have made so much money that they don't need your money. And it's too much work to, do stuff for other guys. And people are really friendly in the Discord. Sometimes people are grabbing an extra. If you miss a mint, they'll sell it to you at cost, that kind of stuff. But truthfully, like people just don't need the capital right now. I mean, even the most expensive stuff like the art blocks drops and stuff like that, like a lot of these guys have the bankroll to just be able to go after it on their own. But yeah, I think it's an interesting thing. I should have called you on Saturday night, was when there was this best drop that's happened yet. And I knew it was really good and I still knitted it up and only did 4. It's been highly profitable, but I should have just called Brian over and say, hey, send me some ETH and I'll get you some of these galactic apes and we'll both get rich.
I would have done it if you messaged me.
Well, now I know. But see, there's also this idea. I know you wouldn't be like that, but there is a pressure, I think, too, of like, it would be like staking someone, right? For poker or DFS. I know you would understand the variance that comes with some of these stuff. But I think when a lot of these guys talk, they're like, my friends are like, hey, let me give you 5 ETH. It's like, well, your friend doesn't understand how probabilities and all of this stuff work. And they're going to tilt their face off when you mint a dusty project.
Definitely. Yeah. I would laugh. It would be pretty funny depending on how much the ETH is. But if you just bought like a total dud, it'd crack me up a little bit. So it wouldn't be the end of the world. I remember one of my buddies had me this is a long time ago, fill out his like work bracket. It was like pick 8 winners. And like, if you get all 8 right, you win like 10 grand, something crazy, hard parlay to hit.
Yeah.
And like after the weekend, he texted me. And he's like, dude, only like 5 of yours won. I'm like, what do you think? Like,
it's so. I had one of my college buddies, my IRL buddies. He had seen some of my underdog stuff pop up, and he's like, hey, use promo code Pete, got my deposit bonus. And he's like, he's also a gambler and stuff, plays a lot of poker, and he's like, I threw some other money on there. Give me some bets to tail this weekend. So I did a little bit of research for him, gave him a couple of the pick'ems, like the little 2-way parlays, but he got confused and he just like strung them all together. He thought he was like betting on just like each guy individually. Like I clearly didn't do a good enough job explaining how the 2-game parlay worked or whatever. And so he was firing like $250 at these 5-leg parlays. So, it's like maxing out. And I was like, Rich, he showed me the screenshot. I was like, holy cow, you are going ham. And he's like, wait, what? And didn't realize what he had done. So there's always this kind of risk with this stuff where we're overly familiar with these mechanics, but normies are not familiar with it.
Definitely. I had RBX DMing me about my props on my site that I give away. And it took me 20 minutes to explain to him how this column's the good column, this column's the bad column. And I just had you in my head like.
I asked you that the first time
you
Yes.
To me, it makes perfect sense. To me, it makes perfect fucking sense. But maybe I should reformat it. I don't know.
That's so funny. I've RBX88 because I'm not in your Discord where I know he hangs out a lot. I mean, I am in it. I just haven't had time. I apologize, Brian, for hanging out in your Discord. But I follow RBX on Instagram. So that's where I get my RBX88. And this dude, he's building out a sick house, man. He put in a sauna I was jealous of. He just last night did a tour of his new master bathroom in there. I mean, this guy's balling out.
I know. Whistles Go Woo, though, has surpassed him, I believe, in milli winners.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. Because Whistles won like the MLB one, I think, a couple weeks ago. And then he just won a football one. He's got like, I don't know, 10 milli winners at this fucking point.
So, I mean, Whistles Go Woo. Is he lucky, Brian, or is he good?
He's good, obviously. I mean, I don't think he's this good.
Yeah. I mean, you know way better than me. I'm not playing in those contests. I'm not playing in the volume of stuff, but it sounds like, I mean, wouldn't you say, I mean, you've seen a lot over the years that there's a lot of guys that come and go as far as they'll go on a heater, they'll be there for a while and then they just fade. But like, do you get the feeling that he has staying
Yeah, probably. Unfortunately.
I love getting you to admit that. You hated saying that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, he has a process. He's probably just really good and running it really hot, and that combination is going to win a lot of money.
Is what is he just playing everything? Is he in that kind of mode?
I don't know. I see him winning everything, so I guess by default he has to be playing everything.
Yeah, that's nuts. I still don't know how he does it with his day job, and I believe, if I recall correctly, a family. Pretty nuts.
Part-time professorship. Part-time. Yeah. I'm sure he's got time. I'm sure his family's going to make time so he can win $1 million every week.
Philly's comment here reminds me we're talking about. So this was one of the dustiest projects we minted today. So it's called Oracles, Brian, and everyone pulls up the site, and it's supposed to be like this kind of tarot card type reading thing, horoscope.
Yeah.
And the art on the horoscopes like look cool. You know, they look kind of like spacey animals. So everyone's like, all right, let's, whatever, typical shit. Let's go for it. When they revealed after you minted them, they were actual horoscopes written on it. Like, today's going to be a great day. I can tell. Like, just like the dumbest, most saccharine phrases just on a card. And so they immediately went from like, oh, this is kind of cool art to no, these are fortune cookies on the cards. And that's what happens in NFTs. You think you're getting one thing, but because you did no research, you end up getting fortune cookies that go to zero very quickly.
It seems like a pretty fun gamble.
It kind of is like playing GPPs where you put your money in, you flip over the cards, and sometimes your guys are AJ Brown and they just get injured in the first quarter, and then you're just done for the week.
that the gas fee gamble's a bit. So like you got to be flipping these things for $1,000, right? Like in order to make it worth your while.
Yeah, I mean, the guys in the Discord have helped kind of reorient how I think about that, where you just think of the gas as part of your cost basis, part of your, cost of doing business. And then, I'm just kind of looking at my cost basis after the mint and then, trying to recoup those costs. But then there's the rarity game as well. So you have the chance at getting back even just if you move quickly, but also hitting these rare ones that are more coveted, right, where you're hitting the lotto basically with some of these, and that's where you can really get the outsized gains.
If you get a 1, 2, 3 in rarity, you keep it, right?
So what I've noticed from these guys is that they actually use the rare ones to sell that the quickest when like the hype is high, and then like what I did with those apes that I minted on Saturday that were really good. I had a good sale for almost 2 ETH. And then I immediately bought a floor one for like 0.7, where it was like, I'll take the 1 ETH profit and I'll still keep the same amount of apes that I had. And in that specific trade, that worked out well. But yeah, for the most part, if you're letting it run, from what I've noticed that the smart guys are doing, it's almost with their floor ones, and they try to take the quick profits on the rares.
I see. I want 1, 2, 3 or whatever, just because if it does go insane. True. Like, because I'm, a degen, a GPP degen. I want that 1000x. Where so it's like, okay. I'll sell that. And you can't get that with like a 5,000 rank rarity.
Yeah, and I feel like your mileage might vary, but what was happening to me is I kind of had that mindset for a while, and then what happens is you end up kind of holding the bag on a lot of stuff because you're just like, well, what if it moons? And then you're just like sitting on bag after bag, and then you're like, I'm hemorrhaging money on all of these just trying to hit the one moonshot. So I think if you had a big enough bankroll, you could play that game that way versus making sure you eke out a profit and then trying to bink above that.
Well, if these guys are making so much money, they don't want to start a fucking mutual fund, then you should be easily holding because you're all fucking rich, apparently. I can't believe you said that. Like who wouldn't want to make like $100 million a year and managing a fund? Like,
I mean, you could try. It doesn't seem like people want to do it, but I think also because so your mutual fund idea, I think would lend itself better to the super long-term hold stuff. Where like say it was you wanted to invest in a portfolio of like the high-end stuff, the crypto punks, the art block stuff, and then just hold that basket. Whereas the mentality of a lot of these guys is the flips. And almost all the flips are happening at mint cost. And so if you have a big enough bankroll, there's almost going to be nothing that's outside of your range to be able to go after at mint, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but like you could manage crypto punks and
$1
million NFTs and a $30 million fund and stuff. Like you can, and like maybe have a piece of it and it goes up.
But I also feel like like if you wanted to make, like you're talking about that like NFT mutual fund, like you could buy the blue chips, right? Like you could buy a Fidenza, you could buy a CryptoPunk, and just know that if the NFT space succeeds, your investment is rock solid. Obviously, if NFT goes to zero, you're fucked. But I mean, I feel like you could approximate that yourself.
Yeah, but like why you could get a big piece of the pie too. You could have it all if someone started a fund.
Yeah.
So someone would be flipping and you just get a little piece of that. And there's some big holdings in the portfolio. And like, if people who are really into this, they can sell when you're supposed to sell. And I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
So like that would be super helpful. I was thinking about the 1, 2, 3. Do you remember when I bought that Chris Bosch?
Yeah. Oh, I remember. We were all there.
And I bought it off of, I didn't even realize it, but it was Ricky Sanders on Twitter.
Yeah.
I think he's Elite Guru or whatever. And then he tweeted out like, I sold this card for 35,000. And then we got into like a little Twitter spat. And I think I was trying to bet him that would go up. That did not happen. Thank God he didn't bet me.
He did.
But I think he got married, and I forgot I was going to reply. I think I paid for this wedding in his picture.
Oh my God.
I was going to do that. I just thought of it right now. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture because I don't follow him, but he doesn't follow me. Yeah. But I think I saw someone like his wedding picture. I'm pretty sure I paid for this. Because it was like what 8 months ago or 7 months ago. Now he's getting married. He can afford it. He's a me.
I love it. I love that. Now that makes me think of seeing Osimo. I saw his wedding, him and his wife doing the dance at their wedding. It's almost the opposite. Is everyone watching that video is like, I helped pay for that wedding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everyone did.
Yeah, we've all donated to the Osimo wedding fund.
Somebody said, a great kid in my chat, is it a good idea to hold unopened packs? I still have, I am not an expert here. I'm trying to get other people to already like in this episode to start a fund, but I probably have like 10 or 15 unopened packs.
You're a whale, dude. Did you get excited about the Dapper announcement yesterday with NFL, or did you just roll your eyes and be like, now I'm going to spend more money on this?
I don't know. I rolled my eyes and I don't want to, but like then it's like, it's the NFL. When are they doing their first drop?
I think I think they said all they said was it's going to be this season, but they didn't give an exact time.
I hate how they've run the company.
Yeah. You don't like centralized projects.
Well, I mean, I think as a Bitcoin or a crypto bro, I'm more okay with centralized projects than most crypto bros. But I don't think they, like, from the beginning they fucked it up. And the main thing is printing so much, and then they lost the golden goose of every pack was plus EV, and they were trying to end that, and I thought that was just a huge mistake. And then, like, I don't know, they were printing so much, minting so much, it seemed like they're just going for, some quick money, which is whatever. I mean, if I was in their position, I might have done the same thing, but I don't know. Does anyone even care about Top Shots anymore?
Brian, I do a weekly show about Top Shot.
Yeah, but you guys talk about everything.
Yeah. No, I am. It was funny when I heard the news. I was more, it like stressed me out because I'm like, all right, there's going to be so many moments I want to buy. I'm going to get sucked in. I've already put way too much capital into NFTs across the board. I mean, I haven't bought, other than packs and stuff, I haven't bought Top Shots for forever because we packed our bags in January, February, March. Like, yeah. I'm good to go. Like, I've put enough that I'm comfortable in right now. So it was more just like, here we go again. And the problem is I know far more NFL players than I do NBA players. And I know far more cool NFL plays than I do NBA plays. And it's just going to be dangerous.
Yeah. Do you think the market will be bigger?
I do. Yeah. We were talking about this last night and just trying to think that through, where I think obviously NBA, bigger global reach, NFL, far more popular. In America, I feel like Top Shot right now is way more just NFT and crypto people than it is hardcore NBA fans. Whereas I feel like NFL has the potential to be a more even balance of NFL fans to crypto people. Whereas the ratio for NBA, I think, is a little tilted toward the NFT, savvy crowd.
I think you got to get off of dollars. I think you got to have the ability to sell it on an open market.
Yeah.
There's no way, unless you're a maniac like me, that you're going to be spending 50,000 actual dollars and pressing okay, 50,000, like 2.2 million or whatever a punk goes for, like I don't see that happening. Unless they join the madness.
Yeah. I'm going to go get my wine, which I forgot here, and you can answer Travis Petty's, our good friend's question here.
All I've seen is Whistle Go Woo winning lately. I'm wondering when his next interview is. Did you see me talking about it earlier, Pat? He's on Sunday, was it? Whatever day. It seems like every single day. I'm like, okay, let's see who won the Millie. Oh, Whistle Goes Woo. And then I'm checking it, like during Showdown. I'm like, let's see who's winning Showdown. Oh, Whistle Goes Woo. So he wins the million and then just, follows up with winning the 100K in Showdown.
Have you looked at his lineups closely? Have you done an analysis? Have you tried to see or get a better look into what his process might be?
Hold on, really, really quick with Pat here. He says, "I know you're not a fan. I don't care. I'm completely indifferent. I'm sure he's a fine person. It's called jealousy, okay?"
I'm surprised. I mean, I feel like Travis hangs out and watches a decent amount of shows. I'm surprised he hasn't watched that one. That was one where I feel like a lot of people who aren't even casual Lolz fans watch that one.
And what was your question? Sorry, I did have an answer for.
Oh, if you had just investigated his lineups a bit to try to kind of look more into the kind of stuff he's doing.
Yeah, a little bit. He seems, it's very similar to Alex's lineups, it seems like.
So your theory is just he's an Osmo sub that just kind of runs the optimal.
He's definitely an Osmo sub, would be my guess.
Yeah.
He doesn't make his own projections, or at least he said he didn't. Who knows if he's going to. But no, I haven't gone too deep into it. I don't really care, I guess. Like I think it's pretty dangerous to try to like. I like that. Okay.
This
Yeah.
is how you want to tilt Brian. You just say that Whistles Go Woo is the nicest guy in the world.
No, but I like the tag after the world. Almost too nice.
Yeah.
I get it. I know what he's hinting at. Okay. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I got you. I got it.
I love this. I still feel like we did that entire interview trying to understand Whistles, and he's still a bit of an enigma, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, those interviews, it tilts me up a bit. It tilts me up a bit. I'm not gonna lie. The interviews tilt me up. The winning tilts me up. Except, you know what cures it?
What?
Thinking a couple of your own. Yeah, and then you're like, oh no, Whistles Go Woo, me and bros.
What do you mean?
Care about anything.
What do you mean when you say bink? Like get top 5 a few times a year?
No, I'd still be mad. See, there you go. I'd still be mad if I got a top 5. If you're still gonna be mad, then it's not a bink.
That's incredible. Yeah, we should have gotten. Was he at the? Is that what Travis is referencing? The live final that you passed on, the MLB one?
No, that's Tournament of Champions. That Travis binked that one too. Speaking of binkers.
Oh, that was when he won the Lolz, or the League of Legends qualifier.
Yeah, you got the League of Legends qualifier to make it to the Super Bowl Tournament Champions, and then gronked his way to a milli.
Yeah. So then, was Whistles at the MLB one recently?
I don't know if he was there. Remember, I didn't go. We had a whole show about it. I don't know. I don't know if he was there. He didn't win, so that's all I remember. I didn't win, and he didn't win.
There you go. Wow. Can't wait till Whistles goes poo. Jeez.
Okay.
Hey, sports fans, DFS coming in hot here.
Hey, sports fan, just graduated the 6th grade.
All right, Travis is giving us play-by-play. He was pounding Bud Lights in the suite with his dad, a family man.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the next comment. He was giving out $100 bills to people and kissing babies and shaking hands.
He pounds Bud Light, huh?
Uh-oh. Right. You got to shame him on his Bud Light?
No, that's cool.
You still drinking Claws these days?
No, I'm kind of branching out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought some Cayman Jacks the other day. Have you ever tried those?
No. What are those?
They're like mixed, pre-made mixed drinks.
Yeah. Are they good?
And I just assumed it was everything's 100 calories now, like no sugar. And my brother's like, how much sugar is in these? I'll let him try one. I'm like, probably none, like everything else. And then Google it because it doesn't say it on the can. There's 36 grams of sugar.
Oh wow.
One can.
You got bamboozled there. Hang on.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I hate to say it, says Travis Petty, but as of now, I'm Team Whistles in this rivalry. Can you believe this?
It doesn't surprise me. I knew he'd sell me out.
Oh my goodness. I love how it still just cracks me up having RBX88 on essentially as a stranger at the time, and you guys became best friends. You guys text until the wee hours of the night. And yet then we bring Whistles on and you guys are mortal enemies.
I love how I'm glad he's calling it a rivalry. Yeah. It's like the Patriots versus the Jets rivalry at this point.
When are we gonna get an Awesome Empire Maker-esque head-to-head challenge?
And I'm calling them the Patriots, by the way.
I knew you were, but no one's buying that.
I don't want to. I can't beat him. He's the best. And someone else can challenge him. Have Travis challenge him.
All right, there you go. Aldo, what am I sipping on? I have a bottle of wine, Freak Show wine. The problem is what happens is my wife and I open up a bottle of wine at dinner, and like a normal person, she has a glass and I have a glass, and then I go to do a show, and she goes up to, watch her shows before bed. And then she comes down in the morning, and the bottle of wine that we split that was, theoretically going to maybe last us a couple days is gone because Peter started drinking on his shows. And then I have very awkward conversations about, she goes, "Oh, the wine is gone." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know how that happened."
You should buy 2.
Yes.
And then drink the wine and be like, "No, but we have the second one." But then you know what would probably end up happening?
What's that?
That second one's gonna get popped, and then it looks really bad.
Your wine philosophy is really similar to my NFT philosophy. I like to get 3, you sell one, you wait for one to moon, and then you take one to the grave. That's kind of how I do it.
Yeah, I'm with taking the one to the grave, obviously. You got to pay for other people's weddings, give back.
That's right. Did we end up finding out, did any DFSers go to Osimo's wedding?
Yeah, I saw a picture of Renpack went.
Okay. Some of the Osimo inner circle.
Yeah, that's all I saw. I don't know who else went. I wonder if Steve went.
I heard Whistles Go Woo was actually the best man.
Really?
How tilted would you be if you saw a photo from the wedding party? It would it would be shocking. You have to admit that it would be shocking.
That would be funny. It would be funny. Come on. You guys are putting way too much into this. I'm sure he's a fine young man.
Oh my goodness. Ricky Geiger says Pete should do a Twitter video challenging Whistles to $100 head-to-head Thursday night showdown every week and really sell him on the call out. All right. I'll think about it. That's what I'm saying. Travis, Whistles is the best advertisement for Osimo. He should be Osimo's best man.
It's not like he's out there going, "I'm an Osimo sub."
I can't wait for this Photoshop. Can we put? I want Brian, if you get married, RBX88 or me for best man.
Oh God, how can I choose?
Oh my goodness. Who would be your DFS wedding party?
First of all, I've been married and divorced, and so this is never happening again.
You're gonna have a DFS wedding. I want to be the groomsman.
I wanted to reply to Alex's pictures, going 2 words: prenup. Trust me on this one. I don't know. DFS wedding party? Yeah, I think it's gotta be you. I think you gotta throw Matic in there. I know.
Yes, you're gonna Matic in the wedding party. I love it.
How many DFS pros do I have?
I've done hundreds of shows with you. You've done like 3 with Matic. I just didn't know it was so easy to get into your wedding party. I thought I had earned it.
Steve Buzzard.
Okay.
Probably throw in there. We talked a lot. We haven't been talking much lately, but talked to him a ton. I mean, you just have to be. And there's other guys I work with who you guys would know their names.
Yeah. Where?
I guess we have to have RBX88 in there, right?
I think you have to.
Let's see, would be fun, I was thinking if
that's the ring bearer, then the better.
If I get my sports betting overlay app working, which is hopefully it should be soon, hire Ben the Better as my pro, like my tout. Like, wouldn't that be fucking hilarious?
It would be incredible.
I wonder how much he would charge me. Because if you would do it, it would be just for the bet. For like a month of him touting me, my app.
I feel like you would need to go all out, though, and then you'd also need to hire or commission someone to make a little video teaser trailer for him, really get people hyped.
Yeah, just go all in. Like, no, he's the best.
Ben the best man. If I lose out BRIC75 best man to Ben the Better, I will tilt very hard. Vegas Dave definitely is going to get an invite, but he'll probably big time your wedding.
He blocked me.
Oh yeah, I feel like I asked you this on a previous show. You didn't figure out why you got blocked?
Well, probably because I kept tagging him and making fun of him, but I was doing it sarcastically, and I guess he figured it out. I think he watched one of our shows, Yeah, I'm still blocked.
Dude,
God damn it.
That reminds me of a story that I meant to tell you. So I'm in that NFT channel. And again, because I'm blocked, I had no idea until recently. I assume Randone launched his own NFT project.
I know, I want some.
So listen to this. So, I'm in the channel over here and it's called, what is it called? Like Crypto Rangers or something? It's like
something like that.
Crypto
Yeah.
Power Rangers. And so there's this person, Zuzop, I think she lives in New Zealand. And she was just like, oh my God, my email just got doxxed by the Crypto Rangers project. And I was like, what? So somehow they accidentally doxed her like name and location. And everyone was just like, oh my, and she didn't know the backstory on Randone. And we were just like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. So there you go. There's your Crypto Rangers FUD. Randone doesn't know how to keep emails private.
You're speaking of bitter. You're bitter that he blocked you.
I am, because the
trying
only
to
way I
up
can
the greatest NFT project.
Nothing brings me more joy than Randone tweets, and I only see them when people paste them in the Discord, or I go on one of my burner accounts.
You're not going to get unblocked with this type of rhetoric.
I've already got. I'm past that. I'm past.
You don't think it was never happening?
Yeah, when people say top signal. I mean, if Randone launching his own NFT isn't the ultimate top signal, I don't know what is.
You know what's funny about top signals too is like even the most like cynical investor gambler, we all see tops and we still don't give a shit. Right? We still don't care. Like, wait, Top Shot has NFL now? Oh my God.
Oh, I minted NFT fortune cookies today, Brian. I don't even know what a top is.
There used to be scared that things might go down.
Yeah.
Nope, not anymore.
Yeah, no, it's winter is coming at some point. We just don't know when it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless asset prices go or the things that hold value, and somehow NFTs are part of that. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, let's just see. Once you finally invest in that NFT mutual fund, that's the top, Brian.
Didn't Taylor KB say on our show here, not live but in the chat, deflation season like a few months ago?
Yeah, it was a couple months ago.
It hasn't been looking too good for deflation season.
No.
What's
the latest?
The Fed is a little slightly concerned for the Fed, who insist everything's transitory and they're going to keep it around 2% inflation, but it's over that.
Yeah.
And they're talking about tapering, which is why the stock market dropped 600 points. Yeah.
Is it impacting anything you do with your money?
I mean, no, because what does any of this fucking mean? Who knows?
I think that's exactly what you just said. What I
don't think that's what economics is. The study of, but sure.
What other sports are you playing right now for DFS?
Tomorrow's PGA.
Oh yeah, Lou was asking if we're going to talk about that.
I mean, what's there to talk about? Ask me a question, I'll tell you. But
have you run your?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, give the people some BRIC whale plays.
PGA is pretty dumb. I mean, I got some Sergio, Cameron, Tringali, the triangle, and I'm pretty close to ownership percentages. It's pretty sharp. So I don't think I have too much leverage to like really even point out. Let me go to the ownership. Do people even give a shit?
They do.
Are you sure?
Brian, people used to watch this show specifically just hoping for a Brian alpha leak, release The Sims, and now we're just a gossip rag podcast.
Yeah, which one's more fun? Gossip rag for sure. There hasn't been much DFS gossip for a while.
It's been a little quiet, yeah, on that front.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to compare from what I still have up. If there's anything that I'm like any guy I'm like way over on.
All right, here. Someone asked a specific question. Who's this? Kizzer? First round leader? You are welcome.
Oh, that's not a specific question. He's saying Kazire is going to be the first round leader. Let's see here if I want that. Yeah, I got 12%.
There you go, Fred. 12%. Travis asked if we talked about the Ryder Cup. I heard some people talking about it. I know nothing about this year's Ryder Cup.
No, we didn't talk about it. It's over. The Americans won.
Hell yeah, we did.
I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, it was cool. The Americans were killing them. I don't know. It's that I did enter the 150 that DraftKings had, but I had a horrible strategy. Got my ass kicked.
Yeah. Europe were ass side. Oh,
yeah.
Hey, sports fans, DFS. Are you European? Is that why you say they were ass?
Maybe that's why he thought that poo joke was funny.
Travis, I have heard multiple people say that the Ryder Cup is a very fun time, especially an in-person event. Apparently it's a pretty raucous atmosphere from what I can tell.
It was just like an hour away from me.
Really?
In Wisconsin, my brother went. Yeah. It looked like a Scottish course. It was cool.
If you actually vacationed or did fun things, it sounds like you might have gone.
I wasn't invited, but I wouldn't have wanted to go. But it was it was Sunday. I got football.
Yeah. That was like last night on Club Top Shot, both Andy and Jack said they were going to the Patriots Bucks game in Foxborough on Sunday. And my first reaction was to be jealous. I was like, wait, I want to go to the game. And I was like, no, I don't want to go to the game. I want to stay home and play DFS and watch Red Zone.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's fun, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely still the best DFS day, I'd say. Red Zone Sunday.
For sure. I would definitely go like a Thursday night football game would be the best. I feel like to go get off work a little early. You go tailgate, you watch Thursday night. It's the only game in town. And then you can still watch all Sunday. I just don't, even when the last time I think I went to a Sunday game was when Davis and I went to the Patrick Laird Dolphins Giants game. And that was an incredibly fun experience. But still, even at that game, you're like checking your DFS lineups, checking Red Zone. And then you're like, what am I doing? You know, if I'm so distracted outside of extreme outlier events like that, watching at home is so much better.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'd probably rather go to a Thursday night than watch it on TV. Because I don't care to watch it. Like you were saying earlier, commercials. It's boring. What do you think about the Manning brothers?
So I literally, because those have been the Monday Night Football streams.
Monday night, yeah.
Yeah. I've seen the screen grabs. I've heard people say that it's highly enjoyable. I haven't watched a second.
Me either. Yeah, I want to check it out, but I haven't.
I
like that they're trying some new stuff though.
Ray asked if I work. Well, Ray, I do have to work after I tailed you on the what were they called? The bear bricks. I spent 0.4 Ethereum on something that literally went to 0.01 within like an hour. So I am back to working now, Ray.
I love you guys. If you mint every project, of course you're gonna be right eventually.
Amen, brother.
It's like a rain dance.
What, Ray? You just sold one for 0.0199? All right, we got to end the stream. I got to go sell these bear bricks.
Speaking of bricks, remember when Rinpack tagged me on Twitter for that BRIC75 that was an NFT of Just Bricks?
Wait, I don't know if I heard about this.
There's Just Bricks, the NFT.
Okay.
And he said, and he tagged me, he goes, how come you haven't bought this one yet? And it was the brick number 75. And so I went to go buy it. And my this is early, this is a while ago. And my app wouldn't convert to that WAP in order to bid. And that's what it's called, right? What's the the ETH that you switch to on OpenSea.
Oh, wrapped ETH.
What a wrapped ETH,
Yeah,
and it wasn't working. And I swear I tried like for an hour, and I'm like, all right, fuck it, I don't care about this brick that much. This bit is not worth it. And then I checked, and then I remembered and checked back in like 3 weeks later, and the guy must have saw those tweets or something, and he posted for 28 ETH.
Trying to hold you over a barrel.
Yeah, he probably went through our archive. He's like, this idiot paid 35 grand for a Chris Bosch. Dude, let's jack up the price.
I've been getting, so there's some like knockoff Bored Apes project. It's called Pigskin Apes, and they look like Bored Apes, except they have various NFL jerseys and helmets on and jersey numbers. And so there was a number 32, which is Patrick Laird's new number. And so someone had tagged Patrick Laird, one of these Pigskin Ape community members. And they're like, hey, Patrick Laird, I have your ape. And then people started tagging me, and I was joking around about it. And it was clear that they wanted me. Once they found out that I might like that specific one, which, spoiler alert, I wasn't going to pay money for it, but they thought they were going to be able, they're like, slide into my DMs. Maybe we can work out a deal. I was like, there's no deal to be reworked. And then about a week later, they're like, we do just want to send it to you. I was like, all right, that's how this works. That's how we do it. So shout out to the Pigskin Apes community for realizing how the influencer economy works.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a big enough influencer, apparently. It went the other way for me.
They
2080, fuck them.
It is such a fun, like when you get those DMs and they act like they're trying to do you a favor, and then they're really just trying to extract as much money out of you as possible.
Do you just auto block on Discord? Because I get like one of those a day.
Dude, it's so bad now. Yeah. I have been flagging them as spam. I had gone into Discord and adjusted my settings, but then people who I wanted to talk to couldn't DM me based on whatever settings change I had made. So I don't know what the answer is. It's brutal right now.
I just get one block, get one block, get one block. I don't know. Yeah. The spam, everything's crazy. I got a guy trying to crack into my Twitter for like a month straight.
Really?
Yeah.
You just kept getting like the two-factor authentication notifications or whatever?
Yahoo and Twitter are the big ones. They always, for some reason, try to get me on.
Yeah.
I mean, like Twitter, what are they going to do? Like DM another DFS player? Like, hey, can you spot me? I mean, this is the old poker scam, right? Like you crack into someone's poker account on 2+2 or something, and then try to trade with some other full-time player, and then, boogie on out. Yeah.
It is such a weird thing. And so, if I'm hacking into Brian Hooper's stuff, I'm going right for the DraftKings account. I'm just draining. I want all those crowns.
That's tough though, because the crowns, because how you got to like cash out, you got to verify like all this stuff. It'd be much easier. Like Ricky DM me a week ago. Hey, you want to trade this for this? And now that I'm thinking about it, we got to find a way.
Wait, trade what?
What did he want? He wanted cash for Bitcoin. I think he wanted PayPal.
I thought he was coming for your Chris Bosch Top Shots.
Yeah, I'll set 36 grand. It barely slight profit for myself. Yeah. He wanted PayPal for Bitcoin. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm too busy staking people, and buying stupid NFTs.
Yeah. Damon, I'm impressed. I'm impressed that you made it all the way through this episode without getting blocked.
Congrats.
It's true. Jason says, if Brick ever tweets out that he's glad a murderer went to jail, no, he's been flagged.
I want murderers to go to jail.
Not
violent criminals. I don't want to go to jail.
This is how the audience views you now, Brian. You got to realize that.
There's a bunch of binary thinkers.
Oh my goodness. What else is on your horizon, Brian? Anything you're looking forward to? Or are you just in full grind season?
What What do we got? We got NBA coming. It's going to be coming faster than you think. NBA, sports betting. What do you think about the sports betting world as of 9/29 here?
It's so hard for me to get like fully engaged in it. You know, like when I go to do, like, I'll bet some prop bets on the island games. I've been posting some of the underdog pick'ems and stuff like that. Even the underdog pick'ems are hard to post because it's like what they're a 2-leg parlay. So even if you are batting 50% on 2 of them, and it's fun but you have like a 25% chance, right, of hitting a 2-leg parlay that pays out 3x or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to miss on those 75% of the time if I'm average at them. So it's not fun to post pickups where you're going to miss 3 out of 4 times, because then people just think like you suck at it. And it's like, well, if I can just hit slightly above, 25%, that I'm doing well. But just the whole idea of the sports betting compared to DFS or NFT flipping or whatever is like, it's a tougher sell for me from both an enjoyment and a sweat perspective right now.
What about the industry?
Yeah, I just feel, I mean, we've talked about it a little bit before. I just feel like the content around it is really hard to do. I don't know. I still feel like it's a nut that hasn't been cracked, and I haven't cracked it for myself. I haven't cracked it from an entertainment standpoint. I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, it still seems lame to me. No one's doing anything cool content. And it's also like, until like Circa, it'll be interesting if Circa goes nationwide, the sports book. And if that makes any of the other sports books become like real bookmakers and, stop banning people.
Yeah.
And limiting people. Then I think it'll be, well, I mean, from our world anyways, because like, otherwise you're a total shill, right? Like if you're going to promote sides and totals, and like at best you can promote props, right? Obviously. Yeah. But like, you're going to get them banned if they're just blindly betting props and it's winning props. Like they're going to get banned.
Yeah.
Sooner or later. So like you can give them. So like Spanky had a tweet yesterday or 2 days ago. So Don's Best. Are you familiar with Don's Best?
No, I'm not.
It's like it's a live, odds checker and odds shopper and those line shopping things. It's like a live or slightly delayed, depending on how much you pay, of like all the world sports books with like news and injury updates and stuff like that. I think Fantasy Labs has something similar too. CSU gave me a free account there. I checked out. Anyways, they just
is that a shill?
Yeah.
Influencer? You got an influencer subscription? Wow, free ad.
He didn't pay me, so I don't know. It was the greatest product I've ever used.
There's Peter Jennings off screen holding a gun to your head.
I highly recommend it, but no, I don't see how that's a shill.
I'd fucking die before I lost my subscription, but I don't know how that's a shill.
25% off with the promo code.
Yeah.
BRIC75.
Women have just been throwing themselves at me ever since I became a subscriber, but not financial advice.
Anyways, Don Best got sold, and then so he said he was thinking about making his private odds program public. And then, but he said it would be very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone have interest in it? And I'm like, oh man, that does sound cool. Maybe if it's like $5,000 a month or something, just do it 1 month and just see what. But it's like, wait, what? Why do I care? Like, because I just have access to the American books,
right?
Like, there's not like, it's not worth it. Like,
I know this is the age-old talking point about it, but we got to get peer-to-peer sports betting competitions. Prop betting tournaments,
not exchanges.
No, not exchanges.
I don't think exchanges are going to be this great solution that a lot of people think.
No, stuff where it's a tournament style and the game theory can come into play as far as what the field's doing, how you can exploit that. We need those kind of games around sports betting. We need DFS for sports betting.
Right. Double down. Yeah, I agree. 100%. That would be awesome. But like, but this classic, line shopping, top down approach that Spanky talks about, like how many people, I'm not in that world, so maybe I'm ignorant, but like how many people have, 40 credit accounts across the globe, that would make it worth $5,000 a month, let's say. I don't know how much he was thinking of charging, but I don't know. To me, it seems it'd be a very, very small market, and go for it. I think that'd be cool. I'm just saying, like, from our perspective, I guess is normie bettors. I don't know what we would be considered, but like, we bet more than 99.9% of the population, but we're not going to pay $3-4 a month for some super odds program because it doesn't matter, because we're just going to get banned and there's like $5 in Illinois. You have none.
It's still crazy. Yeah. And that's the thing too, right? Like, you have to put in a ton of work to really be profitable. You need to be line shopping. You need to be dialed into your projection sources, updates, injuries, news, all that stuff. And then on top of it, your payoff is so ambiguous because you might get fucking banned. And so it's just like that's such a hard there. It's not, at least like with DFS, you put in all that work, you have a chance to get first, or you finish top 5 and you bink and you get $3,000. At least you have that in DFS. You do well in props, it's like bonk, you don't get to bet anymore.
So let me comment on that really quick there. So it's been a lot of tweet threads going on with the VIP programs suck now, right? On the DFS side. I don't know if you've been paying attention to any of those.
No, I've been out of.
Like Ben4 had one. Like, there's been some other people commenting on it. Like, my opinion is, I'm not liking them, not responding to them, and I have no comment on it. Like, keep your head low, because with Yahoo starting to ban people, that trend could easily move over.
Yeah.
And these days of DFS being profitable player in DFS could easily go away. So like, why make a big scene of like, hey, your fucking VIP program sucks, which whatever I'm sure you want to feel, I'm totally fine with how you want to feel. I'm just saying, like, it might be counterproductive in the long run if you're a winning player, a grinder, or whatever, to start barking up the wrong tree, biting the hand that feeds you.
Yeah.
That would totally suck, obviously, but you could definitely like, if I put a Twitter poll up, what percentage chance do you think DraftKings is going to start banning winning players? What percentage do you think would be the most optimal that people would think
for DFS?
Yeah.
My
in the next 5 years.
In the next 5 years, I still bet the poll results would be sub 10%.
What do you think?
I think I would probably be in the sub 10%.
Okay.
Do you think I'm wrong?
I think you're wrong. I think there's better chance than 5%. Yeah. I'd go over 10%. But I think you're right. It would probably be sub 10. Probably put that like 1%.
Sub 10, sub 25, 10. Sub 50, sub 100.
It's something like that. 100's a little ridiculous. It's probably not going to get that many people.
Yeah, right. Sub 75, yeah.
Might want something like that. But
we're going to have to table this, but we should do that. I actually have follow-up questions on that. I'd be curious to hear you flesh out why you think that might be a likelihood or something that should at least be on people's radar. But we're going to wrap this up. Thank you guys, as always, for chilling with us on Lolz. We never have a show sheet. We never know what we're going to talk about. And we always find a way, because there's always something to talk about. We appreciate you guys tuning in every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can watch on Brian's YouTube channel. On mine, we get the audio up on the Lolz podcast feed. If you guys are looking to get comfy this fall, we got Lolz hoodies are up in the store. Link is down below. Brian, any other plugs for you?
My site, I got PGA ownership for tomorrow, winning percentage, cut percentage, and I put up some props, NFL props, and I'm going to redo those probably right now, actually, or maybe
I need
tomorrow.
to get in there. I need to start tailing some BRIC75 props.
Yeah, let me redo it though. Actually, let me redo it right now.
All right, he's going to redo it right now, and we're going to check in on those props later tonight. Thank you guys. For Brian, I'm Pete. Good luck this weekend.